Hey y'all, can you hear me? Testing, testing. Hello? Okay, yeah. Nice. Okay, so it's a perfect day, and I'm currently doing my favorite activity, which is photosynthesize with my favorite tree. And today's the second day I've done this, and I think I'm starting to notice like familiar faces, like dogs and people, and I'm kind of loving it. So, what I like to do with this little ritual, your first step is to notice the trees. Notice the trees. Find your favorite tree in the neighborhood. Step 2, visit the tree. And when I do this, I like to approach the tree, kind of take it all in, notice how pretty it is, and then sit at the tree. And when I do this, I like to actually lean up against the tree, kind of like I am right now. And then I stay here for as long as I can. I'll bring a book. I will bring my journal, which I also have today. And sometimes if I have something on my mind that's stressing me out, I like to imagine that as I'm leaning against this tree, I am kind of speaking to it. If I have a big question that's stressing me out, I will ask the tree. And I just imagine releasing my question and sending it to the tree. Anchor into the sensation of leaning into the tree and sensing how strong and steady and sturdy and rooted it is. Really feeling that on my back. Allowing myself to rest on the tree. And while I'm here, I feel the breeze, the warmth of the sunlight, which unfortunately is not hitting me right now, but maybe soon I'll go to the other side of the tree. And just notice my surroundings and the sensations. This is the most grounding activity. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, and it's a little baby ritual I like to use to stay sane when I'm living in the city. But it's my favorite tree in the area. It's super old and pretty. So, yeah, I highly recommend it. If you do this, let me know, if it helps you. I just find it helps me de-stress and relax and feel more in touch with myself. So I'm reading The Mountain Is You by Brianna Weist. Yeah, okay, I started reading the back here. Coexisting but conflicting needs create self-sabotaging behaviors. This is why we resist efforts to change, often until they feel completely futile. But by extracting crucial insight from our most damaging habits, building emotional intelligence by better understanding our brains and bodies, releasing past experiences at a cellular level, and learning to act as our highest potential future selves, we can step out of our own way and into our potential. For centuries, a mountain has been used as a metaphor for the big challenges we face, especially ones that seem impossible to overcome. To scale our mountains, we actually have to do the deep internal work of excavating trauma, building resilience, and adjusting how we show up for the climb. In the end, it is not the mountain we master, but ourselves. I've read one other of her books, and it was really helpful for me during a difficult time. It was around the time I was quitting my job and deciding whether or not I wanted to do that. So what was that? Not 101 Ways. I will link it below. And now I'm reading The Mountain Is You. I've just been feeling so tired today, and I realized that a lot of it is from trying to reconcile two different belief systems. I feel that's something we don't really talk enough about. I think I'm so used to letting fear of judgment hold me back. I feel I've made a lot of progress in that. Doing my best not to judge myself in terms of my physical appearance. There's still so many ways that I judge myself and am afraid to show up as myself because of the fear of judgment. Piece of bark in my book. And anyway, that energy is just so exhausting. It's so tiring to want to move forward on a project and just not doing it because It's like you're holding yourself back. And so that's why I'm reading this book right now. Yeah, like I almost didn't come out here and record this because I was like, oh, there's gonna be people, it's gonna be busy, people are gonna be walking around, I don't want to be seen filming. And I almost let that stop me, but the truth is I actually don't give a fuck. I actually don't care who sees me here. So I don't know why. It's like, and then I get on myself for not taking more action and reaching my goals. But in reality, a lot of it is me holding myself back. So I guess this is just a reminder that it's a continuous journey. Pursuing your dreams and your goals is a continuous journey. It's not a direct path. You gotta choose it over and over again. And almost every single time, whenever I finally get out here and do this, it's not half as bad as I imagine it to be in my head. It's like all these imaginary fears and feelings are almost always worse than the real thing itself. So I think it's just getting out of that pattern of letting fear control your actions. And it takes a long time. It takes like choosing it over and over again. This is just a reminder that nothing is really as scary as you think it is. Sometimes you just got to do it. I'm heading off to Boston in China tomorrow, and I'm so excited to be spending time with friends and family. See people who I haven't seen in so long, to see my grandma and my grandpa. You know, having been born in Canada, it's always interesting going back to learn and take in the culture. So I feel like the new things emerge every single time I go back. So I'm really excited for this trip. But it's always a little bit triggering. Yeah, every time I go back. Just because it's kind of a reminder of like the dissonance in my values and the values of the external world. I feel like every society and culture has their own like accepted values. If you're on a spiritual journey of discovering your own values, like you don't really fit in any culture, right? Like maybe you're somewhere in between, or you find like kind of a subculture where you fit really well, but in terms of like the general widespread kind of cultural values, you don't really fit in well in either. Like in Western society, it's all about individualism, right? Like fame, money, success, all of these things are number one. They come out on top. And in Asia, it's like, it's kind of the same, but more of like a collectivist way. Like, you know, everyone hears the trope of like the Chinese auntie bragging about their children. I'm just gonna try to leave work out of it. I'm gonna try to just like focus on connecting with them, learning about them and their life and their experiences. And I always gain a couple pieces of wisdom when I come back. Every time I come out here, I'm like, why do I spend time at home? Thank you guys for watching. My goal for Asia is to just be more consistent on this whole showing up thing, because I appreciate so much those of you who are here. And yeah, I want to keep you guys updated and make sure that y'all remember that you're not alone in this journey. We are not alone in this journey. And that things will probably work out better than we can possibly imagine right now. Thanks for being here. We'll chat soon.